Alright guys, so the third fighting in place, a UFC fighting Overeem versus Volkov is Youssef Zalal versus Seung Choi. This fight is a featherweight fight. Youssef Zalal, the 44th best featherweight fighter in the world. He has a record of 10 wins and 3 losses. Inside the UFC, he's gone 3-1 with his only loss coming to an undefeated featherweight fighter, a top 25 featherweight fighter in the world, in Ilia Topuria. Seung Choi is a top 100 featherweight fighter in the world. He has a record of 8 wins and 3 losses. Inside the UFC, he has a record of 1 win and 2 losses. Seung Choi is 28 years old. Youssef Zalal is 24 and a half years old. Youssef Zalal, 5 foot 10 inches tall, has an amazing reach of 75 inches. Seung Choi is 6 foot tall, a little bit taller than Youssef Zalal, but has a smaller reach of 74 and a half inches. Now, if you look at the tablet predictions, guys, it is absolutely insane. At 155 different votes, 8% of the vote going for Seung Choi to win the fight, mainly by decision. Then a lot of people have Seung Choi winning the fight by knockout. 92% of the vote going for Youssef Zalal to win the fight by unanimous decision. And then a couple people have Youssef Zalal winning the fight by knockout or submission. In my opinion, if either fighter were to win the fight, it would be by decision. I don't think either fighter would get a knockout or submission in the fight. I think the fight's going to go all the way, and one of the two guys is going to win the fight by unanimous decision. Alright guys, so Youssef Zalal, 10 wins and 3 losses. He started his pro-am career back in 2017 with a third round dark choke submission, a second round knockout inside the LFA, a second round submission, a third round submission, joined back in the LFA in 2018, and got a second round rear neck choke submission win over Daniel Soto, a first round dark choke submission, but lost his next 2 fights in 2 very, very close fights by split decision and unanimous decision against Matt Jones and Jose Marciquio, but came back with a first round flying knee KO win over Jamie Hernandez, got a shot inside the UFC in 2020, and absolutely dominated with 3 straight wins in a row. All the wins coming by unanimous decision against Austin Lingo, who was undefeated at the time, Jordan Griffin, also by unanimous decision, Peter Barrett by unanimous decision, then was supposed to fight Seung Choi, but instead ended up fighting undefeated featherweight fighter, the 25th best featherweight fighter in the world, in Ilia Topuria, and as you guys all know, he lost the fight by unanimous decision, and looks like the win here over Seung Choi in this fight. Alright guys, so Seung Choi, 8 wins and 3 losses. He started his pro career back in 2015 with a first round knockout win, a split decision win, a first round knockout win, a decision win, and then a 4th round knockout win in a main event inside a TFC, but in his next fight against Jae Kim, lost his first ever pro fight by first round knockout in 36 seconds in the first round, came back just a couple months later with a first round knockout win, and then a second round knockout win over Jae Kim, the only person to beat him up to that point, which got him a shot inside the UFC against an undefeated fighter 2 years after that win over Jae Kim against Movsar Evloev, and obviously he ended up losing the fight by unanimous decision. And in his next fight against Gavin Tucker, lost that fight as well by third round rear naked submission, but came back in 2019 with a decision win over Suman Mkhitaryan, and now looks to make it 2-0 inside the UFC against Youssef Zalal in this fight. Alright guys, so Youssef Zalal, as you guys know, he had a pretty good 2020 as he ended up getting 3 decision wins in a row inside the UFC, but lost one fight to Ilia Topuria, a top 25 featherweight fighter in the world. I mean, that dude is an absolute beast. Now, in all those 3 wins, like the first one against Austin Lingo, I mean, guys, it was an absolute domination. He went for takedown after takedown after takedown, and at the end of the fight, he had 6 total takedowns and 31 significant strikes, mainly being ground and pound strikes. And after that win, he fought Jordan Griffin and didn't actually land any takedowns in the fight, but ended up defending 6 or more of Jordan Griffin's takedowns in that fight, mainly keeping the fight on the feet, where he showed that he had some really, really good kickboxing, landing 52% of his strikes with 60 of his strikes landing. That's absolutely insane. Now, after those 2 very dominant wins inside the UFC, he got yet another dominant win, this time over Peter Barrett, and in the fight, he ended up getting a knockdown in the fight, showing he has some pretty good power on the feet, and he ended up landing a takedown pretty much every single round of that fight, achieving more than 7 minutes of control time in that fight, and landing a lot of ground and pound in the fight. I mean, Youssef Zalal, his main fighting strategy is just to kickbox with the opponent for a couple of minutes in the first round, and see if the fight is even on the feet. If it is not, he just goes for a takedown, which he usually gets, and dominates the fight on the ground, and gets a lot of ground and pound from there. Now, Seung Choi, his 2 losses inside the UFC, coming to very good grapplers and wrestlers like Movsar Evloev and Gavin Tucker, showing that he does have a weakness in his ground game, and I think that Youssef Zalal will find the weakness and land a bunch of takedowns in the fight, control the fight on the ground, get a lot of ground and pound in this fight, and end up winning the fight by unanimous decision. Alright, so if you agree, or if you disagree with that prediction, I don't really care. Put your predictions in the comments below. I'd love to see what you guys think is going to happen in this featherweight fight. If you guys think that Youssef Zalal is going to go out there and dominate the fight on the ground and get a submission in the 3rd round, if you guys think that Seung Choi is going to go out there and get a 2nd round TKO in the fight, whatever your prediction is for this featherweight fight, put that in the comments below. If you guys like the video, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those post notifications so you guys don't miss when I post a new video. That'd be absolutely insane. And any questions about any other fights, also put that in the comments below. That is the video. I'm out of here.